For the past few years, there's been a trend in the maker woodworking space on YouTube, the decline of project videos, people actually making projects. In the broadest sense, this is a supply and demand reaction. Fewer and fewer people watch project videos, so fewer and fewer YouTubers supply them. Just look through the video tab of any woodworking channel and see the ratio of project videos to other content and compare the views. Of course, there's a lot more to this than just that, so I've invited Matthias Wandel to dive into this topic with me. Both of us have been producing videos for 14 years now, and I'd like to think we're both pretty keyed into YouTube culture and how the platform has evolved over the years. There's very few people who understand this platform and its history better than Matthias. So what do you think? Is this mostly a supply and demand issue at this point?
I guess, you started out trying to make evergreen content, but the problem is, you've built up this forest and saplings don't do so well in a dense forest, which would be your new video.
It's like saturation, isn't it? There's just so many projects. And I was thinking about this, and I think that one of the things is that most people who aren't filming things for YouTube, who are just building projects, most people, myself included, build things because it's something we need around the house, or it's something we just want to build. Like we want to build like a bedside table or something like that. To put that on YouTube now doesn't make any sense, because there was a time when you could do a bedside table and people would be interested and it was still novel, but now there's just so many of them, it just doesn't make financial sense.
Well, if I need to build a bedside table, I'll still put it on YouTube. The project videos aren't super performers, but if there's a novel angle to it, sometimes there is. It can still do all right. And if I'm building it anyways, I might as well film it.
Well, that's kind of my thought too. If I'm going to build something, I'll just film it knowing that it's just going to be, I don't know, a lost leader, I guess. It's not, If you want to build a project and do it to get YouTube views, you've really got to up that ante. You've got to do something really crazy or outrageous that people haven't seen before, or something that appeals to people outside of the woodworker/maker community, I think.
A river epoxy bedside table with 100 gallons of epoxy and phone charger and built-in colored lights. And
So I was looking at just some examples, and I think that I don't think any of these people would mind me talking about them. They've all been on my podcast before, but I just want to, just as an example, bring up, here's what. And I've actually talked to Mark about this before, the Wood Whisperer. He can spend weeks, building a project or something. He posts a video last week. I lost a sponsor, and he's like crying in the thumbnail, 192,000 views. So you post something that is not a project, where it's just you talking about your channel, and you get those kind of views. So it just doesn't make much sense.
Well, I watched that when I was kind of curious. Yeah, what happened with him in Powermatic? But
everybody wants to know.
It wasn't a feud or anything like that.
No.
It's just the change in priority for them.
Yeah, and so you look at a channel like Chris Salamone, and I think that his projects are some of the best designed projects on YouTube. But then last week he posts, or 3 weeks ago, tips and tricks every woodworker should know. It's up to 592,000 views. So it comes to this decision. If you're using YouTube as part of your career, at what point do you just decide to cut your losses? It doesn't make any sense to spend a week on building a project, shooting the project, spending all the money to buy the materials, and have handful of people watch it, when you can crank out something in an hour or two and get all those.
And you've been doing a lot of that sort of thing too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I kind of learned that during lockdown woodworking. I could see views going down every time I would build projects, or there was projects involved. But if I did something just silly or crazy, those videos do really, really well.
Well, I guess it's, part of the thing is most people are armchair woodworkers, and they've had their fill of how to do it. So maybe you want some drama. or
Yeah.
just something, just like an article that's like 10 tips for doing this kind of thing, and then you can kind of skim through the bullet points as opposed to reading this long form article. That sort of thing tends to do well. So it's just people aren't necessarily in it for, I want to know how to build a night table, because if that's what you're looking for, well, first of all, there's so much older content on that already, or you may have already seen that sort of thing. So you're more looking for just entertainment.
True. Yeah. And I think that there's still room for project videos on YouTube, for people who just enjoy making project videos and putting them on there. I think the difference here is if you intend for a lot of people to watch them compared to other types of videos you could make, or if you intend to make money off of it, project videos probably aren't the way. You can go through any channel. I was talking to Matt Cremona a couple weeks ago. Same thing. He started doing like remodeling his house. Those things he's getting better views on those than he ever gets on any project videos. And you can look at channels who do only project videos, like Teresta, who was like a perennial long time, getting huge views back in the day. I like to make stuff, but it's project video after project video, and you can just see that they're just not getting the same traction they used to. When you got channels like Stuff Made Here, where he's just totally raised that bar.
Yeah, but what he does is kind of unsustainable, the amount of effort he's been putting into stuff.
Well, he posts like one video a month.
You also see like people who put a lot of effort into it. Frank Howarth, like he used to have these stop motion ones. That's what he started with, but it's like he kind of he's done less and less of that in videos after that, because it's just so much work.
Well, and all you could do is look at the numbers and maybe base level analytics, because I'll guarantee in this video that I post right here, the comments are going to be filled with people who say, I personally love project videos. I always love project videos. And sometimes I'll get those on mine. I got them when I posted my year-end like wrap-up video, and people would say, oh, I really miss your project videos. And I was like, that month in December, I posted 2 project videos, and I would ask them, did you watch the project videos? And just no response.
Yeah, and I do wonder, it's like, where have they gone? Have they been, because there's so much more professionally produced content on YouTube that, really is a bit more like mainstream TV, like Mark Rober, for instance. Have they gone to those bigger channels? Have they gone to Facebook video, which, is a thing now? It used to be Facebook was a bottom feeder because they just kind of profited off piracy. But now it's a real thing. Yeah. And then, of course, there's TikTok and Instagram. They're sucking up tons of time, too. So is the audience gone to other videos or off of Facebook or what? Or just tired of this sort of thing?
I think it's just this kind of content is just not really that interesting to people anymore. I think to be successful on YouTube, you have to appeal to a wider audience.
As soon as you get out of that niche, you're competing against you're competing against a such larger world that, your chance of getting seen is even smaller.
Yeah. So where does this all lead us, Matthias? Do we just close up shop now or what?
Find a day job again, eh?
Well, if I had to make a prediction for the next 5 years of YouTubers, so at least in this genre of YouTube, I would say that we're going to see lots more short videos, and we're going to see lots more sit back and watch a thing happen video that are something you haven't seen before. All the rest of the videos are pretty much going to be relegated to a much smaller space in YouTube.
Well, the novelty, sort of moving more towards shorts, I think that space is going to get saturated too. It's not saturated. It's not fully saturated yet, not like project videos. But I think, a lot more people's like, oh, let's just do more of these novelty type videos. And then there'll be just so many of them that they will not do so well anymore either.
You going to make some more shorts? You going to keep doing that?
Oh, yeah. I'm sort of thinking now, it's like I don't want to go too heavy on the shorts because a lot of people hate them. but maybe
I'm not
every
even
other
sure
video.
how a
Or
lot of people hate him. I think that those are just really people who hate him like to tell you how much they hate him. Because when you look at the numbers, it just doesn't add up. When you get how
yeah,
many
that's
people
true. And if
watch
100
it.
people hate it and they all comment, it's like that, it looks like a lot.
One thing I've learned on YouTube is you can't make any decision based on comments. Comment
Oh yeah,
section
totally,
never makes,
totally.
because it's just people who are very passionate about it are the ones who leave the comments. And that's what I mean. I guarantee in this video there will be people leaving two kinds of comments. I miss project videos. I only watch project videos. I unsubscribe to your channel because you no longer make project videos. And there's going to be people who are going to comment about how much they hate shorts. And those are the two things people will comment on, which is going to be good for this video.